Beautiful shot. He was ready to shoot. He really bounced back after struggling in the Big 12 tournament with 11 points in that game against South Dakota State.
Played in all 35 games so far. Rice thought about it, decided not to with the long arms coming at him. Shot clock at 5. Rice with the crossover, the freshman from the baseline. Jones, teardrop, it's good.
That's a great against that Isaac Jones matchup here. Jones with those 3 fouls.
Jones playing away from the paint right now, trying to set up this offense. He's caught in a double team. How he was able to get.
Washington State's going to commit 2 to the ball, especially when DeVries is running a pick and roll.
They're going to run somebody at him. They're going to give him different looks.
Oh, man, and the alley-oop.
Coach without Tucker getting the touch.
Not many.
You can even have him bring it up, though, too, to give him at least the chance to have it. That's a good finish. That's a good strike.
We don't like behind-the-back passes, but there are certain situations where you
Come
can
on, Avery, I know you threw that behind-the-back pass.
I say it as a coach, not as a player.
1 second difference or 2. Shot clock, game clock.
Run 2 at him.
They do not, and he's able to get the basket to go. Isaac Jones. Yakumovsky can't get it to go, but the cleanup is there by
Defense made them hesitate. It's a good change by Kyle Smith as well.
Very much so. Rice, Jones against Brody. Jones leads in, and he gets the bucket.
Ball goes below the free throw line. They get back into their man, and that's a quick way of striking up outside the three-point line.
Yeah, but that was kind of in Wright's 5th assist. Doing a nice job of getting in the paint, finding the open.
From junior college in Arizona. And a steal. Colorado, back-to-back games, only 7 turnovers, a couple early here.
They had turnover issues early, non-conference, and early in the Pac-12 regular season, but Tad Boyle's been harping on it. There's no reason why this Colorado team, with the high level of IQ they have, should be near the top in the Pac-12 in turnovers.
It's a post touch to Jones, and a baseline spin.
I know what they were going for, right? The tip in there. But
I kind of like the idea of just throw it in the basket, make the officials decide. Should count, guys.
You cannot make a 3-point shot. Just for anybody at home who's wondering what happens if it goes in.
But these guys on television said you could, and they weren't laughing. Down low, it's a stuff for Jones, who clears. Sat down. He wins the Carnival game. Get that man a stuffed animal, 43-38.
Well, yesterday, Eddie Lampkin was the Carnival King, and Tristan De Silva wants to be it tonight. Wow. All right. So Isaac Jones
fans are like, look, we're trying to get to the NCAA tournament, please. Give us our points. No good for Rice. Somehow punched in from...
On the offensive end, despite the fact that we don't shoot it that well, is we crash the offensive glass. Not sometimes, every time. And right now, they're doing it with ferocity.
Here's Jones into Lampkin. He exploded and scored for the tie. The 2 that came off the board for Colorado was on that goaltend. The ball was not on the rim when the basket and the backboard were struck, so that's where that came off of. Washington State for Jones. And the
Jones with a blow-by there against Wells.
And that's what Stanford's got to do. We're sitting here talking about how Stanford's right. They got to shoot threes, make threes. Well, that's the counter. If they're going to close out and spread out the defense out to the line, rip it down and make a play at the rim.
Nice give back, and Jones flushes.
Ready for this Pac-12 tournament.
Yeah, and Washington State, and Stanford Cal played their final games rather on a Thursday night.
Right.
And that gave them the extra few days to prepare. Is a great setup inside, and conference, and had a marvelous shooting year.
Well deserved. And at a place like Stanford, hope people understand how difficult that is. Some of the GPAs these guys carry and all the responsibility they have being on the basketball team.
Well, there you go. The shot we don't see much anymore. 60 Minutes interview with Andrej Stojakovic after a game. And he has not played. Did not play very much last night. Has not played very much tonight. Relatively.
We haven't heard anything if he's being bothered physically or if he's not feeling well or anything like that, or just coaching staff doesn't like the way he's playing. That's the footwork I'm...
At the Colorado one, We've seen them a couple times the last few weeks. You can see they're playing their best basketball of the year now. They were doing it without Cody Williams, by the way. And they're the data measurements that are now being used, which is called net and KenPom, they are in the top 30 solidly, so there should be no doubt.
I would say this, and I haven't said it yet at this tournament. KJ Simpson had the best year of any player in the league. Caleb Love's the player of the year, deservedly so, because he's the best player on the best team. But KJ Simpson had the best season in the league.
As Spencer Jones scores and Eric Foster are here running this operation. The magnificent Howie Chung, who has been as vital as any person to the incredible technical advancements that this network founded, that everyone else is now using in our business.
That's right.
And Howie Chung is here, and trust me, we'll give everybody, well, can't give everybody, but we'll get a lot of love out tomorrow night.
Well-deserved love.
Yes. Wow, that's a different. And Jalen Wells just beating the shot clock. Look at Jones. Well, there's what you talked about. And he has
work on his game. Anthony Holland, the three-point sharpshooter, who rarely takes twos off the bench for that miss. The Cougs still trying to settle in on offense, Dan, and maybe Watts can help him do that. Here he is.
Well, the Cougs a year ago shot a lot of threes. 40% of their shots came from beyond the arc last year. This year only about a quarter, but early in this game they've been three-point dependent. 1 of 6 to start.
Jones in their young careers. Corin Johnson out of the timeout. Braxton Mia, the big man, makes his first appearance for the Huskies. He can't rip that board, and here comes Miles Rice. Jones, what a quick spin. What was that? Man, this is true. They played by the rules in which nobody could dribble.
He told me that pregame. I couldn't believe it. I fashioned myself as guards. He can back you down. Breitenbach with UW has to bring a double.
And then gets in front of Jones and makes that a difficult shot. But another offensive rebound, and Jones puts it in. An early sub here in the second half for Washington.
Washington going to their 2-3 matchup zone, something that Hopkins used extensively his first few years after coming over from Syracuse.
And there's Jones. That's the soft spot. Back to the point on the regular season crowd. I said to Kyle Smith today, oh, isn't it kind of a bummer? You beat Arizona twice head-to-head. You tie him, you have to share the title. And he laughed. He said, no, I'll take it any way I can get it. Holland. That's what he's there to do, but he couldn't hit. Jones quickly right into Mia, and one.
Much attention that Jones didn't block out Wood, who comes up with the offensive putback.
Dan Wood almost has a double-double tonight. 10 points, 8 boards. Isaac Jones. Wells has to heave. Jones follows with the dunk.
Oh, nice step back.
And off the front rim, Chinyelu clears. So here we go now. Coming down towards 4 minutes. Rice dishing, and there's Isaac Jones' first shot. Oh, and Rice splits again. And there, Isaac Jones. Isaiah Watts running. No advantage. Rhythm 3. Nope. Rice to Jones inside, and Jones scores it.
shooter, but it doesn't matter when they're playing at home. They feed off that momentum.
Shot goes in for Isaac Jones. Trying to post up Jones inside. He's going against Telefonke. His hook no good. His finish is
That's awesome. Gotta love college basketball.
Bobby Hurley has this place rocking. Jones over two defenders.
Alonzo Gaffney with the 3-ball. That is a tough defensive assignment for any 4 or 5 man.
Jones. Here's Jones in close. Gets his own miss. Gets away with a hook and puts it in. He thought he was fouled. Breaks ready to go.
You haven't played much man-to-man all night. You've got to help out on Jose Perez. He's just too solid.
Off the double. And Jones.
They're straight. And so he's missing them typically long or short, which is a good thing. So you just got to dial in the distance. If you're missing them left or right, you're in big trouble.
Jones looking for the
three-pointer from 23 feet. Everything feels good. And I think the key there, Boswell getting in the paint, being aggressive, good things happen when he does that.
There's Jones taking his time. You can sense Boswell a little more aggressive. That one was in and out.
Thought he had follow on the lob, too.
Oh, nice pass. Back to a one-point ball game. Love pulling the trigger.
Tough shot.
Jones backing his way down. Another tough shot over.
Left off in his last game. Right off the bat, they call his number, and he delivers, Greg.
Yeah, Carlisle went right to work, the freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. Here's Miles Rice. Carlisle defending the ball. Bounce, Jones the catch. Right at Reynaud and scores with the left hand. Best environment side ever been around. Rice step back three. That rimmed out. Jones another offensive rebound. Put back is good.
Well, he's long.
Stanford, another talented freshman in the Pac-12. Carlisle, a drive. And Chinyelu, I believe, got a hand on that. Cougars average better than 5 blocks a game. Rice turned down the three in transition. The drive left it off for Jones. Isaac goes up, and Washington stayed in the front.
Well, it's like
opinion that's carried them through this winning streak right now. Well, on your home floor, you got to bring the defense every game.
And again, Greg, 0 fast break points. They have got nothing, which means you're usually getting fast break points off of your defense.
Yes. All right, we're underway. Oscar Clough with the basketball. Here's Isaac Jones, 7 points in that first half. Working on Angel. What a spin that was. Left-hand finish. How about that, Coach?
and playing Washington State so tough.
That's 3 on Benny Geeler, 5 on Stanford this half. Oscar Clough turned down the pass to Watts. He'll assume the spot on the post, but he lost the grip. Picked it back up, 6 to shoot. Here's Isaac Jones. Little shake and bake. Shot up and good. How did that go?
He doesn't hang his head. He goes in there and he keeps the ball alive, gets on the deck, and keeps it alive.
Jalen Wells. Isaac Jones. The catch and the flush. And the foul. No foul, but what a...
And I'm telling you, like, I think it's like 7-8 or something like that. It's crazy.
Third turnover for Cal. Here's Isaac Jones. Off the glass and a chance for...
Don't be surprised by that 47.8% from behind the three-point line. You got to find him in transition every time.
Hey, shoot it more.
They do.
He's at 48, right? Shoot it. He's got to let it fly.
He does.
I like it.
And that shot looked really good. Here's Jones down the lane and a chance for 3. And this program to a Final Four.
That's big. That's a big talk, and I believe it too. Because of his energy, and I've been impressed with how he coaches the game as well. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have great energy and they're positive, but you got to be able to coach, and he can do both.
And I said to you prior to the game, he's the type of guy that'll go into a living room and charm mom and dad, and the kid will be coming to Cal to play basketball.
Absolutely.
It's an infectious energy.
As Jones
using the glide to run into the rim like that. Yeah, that's right. Jones, offensive board. Going right back at it. And scores it. Chance for three. Isaac Jones.
And for Cal, I said, who on this team surprised you this year? Who could be a really good player? And he mentioned Rodney Brown. He said, this guy's going to be really good.
Yeah, 4-star recruit. There's Isaac Jones inside. Back to the weak side of the rim.
Because, Jabe Mullins is learning to play golf as Yaki lines up again from deep, but Jabe has become really good.
Yeah, Jabe hit 55 threes a year ago, and I will say this, Celestine's three is long. Chinyelu the rebound. He was the first one out here prior to this game getting shots up.
That's cool.
So he continues to work, waiting for his chance, and you never know. Winston, pocket pass, Jones, chance for three. I think Chinyelu was actually credited for the block. That's 7 blocks now for the Cougars. 7 blocks, man. It keeps coming. Jeez. Jones caught a fastball. Turns, scores, and a chance.
Untangled from Tracy there.
Whoa, now that's a big
look at Isaac
ball.
Jones timing that jump.
Shellstead in his decision-making early on. Grigsby in the game.
Grigsby is missing. Grigsby will be a guy that the Cougars got to pay attention to. Grigsby had 18 points in 18 minutes when these teams started.
And Oregon won that game. Washington State has only lost one game at home this year. Oregon has only lost one game. Oregon lost here to Arizona. They got pounded. And then Washington State lost to Oregon 89-84.
Well, Isaac Jones, look at that man.
Fire. And now Oscar Clef dealing, dishing from the high post. Get to the right-hand jump ball.
Yeah, there he's going, right on Evans, and scores it. And again, it's...
Yesterday it was do your job, know your opponent, get through the picks, and show some toughness, please, in every way. He was challenging these guys. He was upset about the collapse late against Washington.
Nice delivery by Winsue. Delivers that. Years. The Cougars have not been to the NCAAs since 2008. And after today's game, Washington State only has 2 road games left. They've already won 4 road games in conference play. It's riding here at the end.
Next weekend, Cal and Stanford come to the Palouse. The Lois Hills. The crowd will be rocking up there at Beasley. Finish strong.
Isaac Jones does off again.
Defenses, they want to get some easy buckets if possible.
Great pass. Jones takes the contact and the finish. Idly a double-double.
Well, that loss doesn't help them, but doesn't hurt Utah. They came into the game at 35 in the net. 3 overtime game at home with Arizona helps both of them.
Tied up again. What a pass. Jones pays it. Wells to the corner. Rice for the lead. Jones on the weak side. Through traffic, through contact, and a
recruiting class coming in next year. But this is a team with the firepower that could do some real damage in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, not at that 100%. We can see if they can pick up some wins on the road like they did at Washington on Wednesday night.
Isaac Jones, they forced the ball out of his hands. Yakumovsky left it. Isaac.
Oh, the two-handed flush by Chinyelu. And now Wells at the other end. Shot up no good. Oh! With the follow, the two-hand flush.
With 6 points, 6 rebounds, all six of his points. I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah, all 6 of his points coming from the free throw line.
Colorado trying to pick up their defense full court, make Washington State work a little bit. Excellent job by KJ Simpson of getting over the top of that pick.
Hard to turn Rice over, though. He has proven to be what Kyle Smith said he would be when he could get healthy and get back and play. And Jones, what a move! And the finish for the game. With 3:08 to play, 13 on the shot clock.
Had to be really, really bad.
Rhythms, right?
Yeah, absolutely. As we see out of bounds right here, they're going right to Isaac Jones.
9 on the clock. Got inside. Big bucket, Isaac Jones.
Before he got to that tunnel to get out of here.
All right, big inbound.
Yeah, got a foul.
Isaac Jones. They don't foul. He got a shot up and in. And a chance for...
Let's see, both Rice and Yakumovsky went back, and then Rice picked it from Davon Smith.
Yeah, that was excellent defense by Miles Rice.
And Isaac Jones, the transition, and window. It's going to have to give Utah those minutes to give Davon Smith a blow.
That's just great defense by Ruben Chinyelu right there. And keep it Cater.
Isaac Jones, how about that? How about that? The drive, the kick, Miles Rice and Madsen closing. And then the steal. Jones stole the offensive rebound and second chance. And flush back-to-back, and the Utes are within 3 again.
Ted, you won't see two prettier plays back-to-back than that right there. Cater Cater. Awesome block shot and fantastic dunk finish.
And a nice entry there. It was Hunter Erickson made that play. Isaac Jones into Brandon Carlson with a good spin.
I'm going to say it again, Ted. Couldn't block Billy the Hill McGill's hook shot.
The hook
and that's
shot.
Impressive.
Yeah, I remember him closed out his career.
Wow, look at that shot.
There you go.
Threes in their last game, but that was at home. He was off on that one.
You know, not a 5 on the floor. I mean, just to be honest, there's not a 5 on the floor that Craig Smith would have envisioned playing down the stretch of a road conference game as Isaac Jones scores it.
Break through and get to the NCAA tournament.
And the Cougs have beaten Cal 8 consecutive times. Cal has not beaten Wazoo since February of 2020, since before COVID.
So one area to keep an eye on, Cal has not been turning it over at all. They've been 7 turnovers or fewer the last 3 games. Washington State can't turn it over either, just on the way they play, and Isaac Jones off to a quick start.
Off the inbound, Oscar Clough tries to save it, and he does to Isaac Jones.
Talking about Fardaws Amax long arms in the first half. Jones has got long arms too.
And Jones takes advantage.
Handers left shoulder fadeaways are way harder than right shoulder fades.
Plus the depth that fadeaway was at. Isaac Jones on the baseline, and we're tied. Launches a 3. And the long rebound to Isaac Jones. And here comes Washington State looking for the lead. There's that baseline again, and Isaac Jones puts the Cougs.
I still think in a 5-point game with 3:59 to go, free throws are going to be a factor both ways. Especially with both teams in the bonus. Trying to get that high-low action with Clough and Jones.
And a foul, and 1. Isaac Jones just out-muscling Jalen. And Cal extending 2-2-1 look. Again, this is more that nuisance press. It's not designed to trap and try to speed him up and turn the ball over.
You're basically just shaving 8 or 9 seconds off the shot clock with the offensive team. Good pass.
Miles Rice in the slam. Isaac Jones in the...
He's all back, and he's got the biggest smile on his face I've ever
seen. After that, we're going to learn a lot more about the Miles Rice journey coming up at halftime, which is a ways away. But this young guy,
again, what a pass.
He has been an assist maven lately, and he's got 2 to start. But
we get these referees back. Let's hope we can say that at the end of the day.
Yeah, there you go.
Beautiful pass
nice pass again, and Jones scores it. Right now, and we're not even halfway through the conference here yet, but right now, that's the most improved player in the league to me, is Maxime Renaud.
I've never known anyone more clairvoyant than you.
Well, stop.
No, of late. It all started with the rout of Arizona here when you and I were present here at Maples. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful passing.
Look at Benny Keeler set it up.
Look at him cook. Poor spacing by the Cardinal that time. Cardinal offense does not look that sharp tonight.
Well, the game has had a sloppy edge to it. Stanford with 8 turnovers already.
No sloppiness there. Since before Klay Thompson played there, 2008. They never made it when Klay was playing for him, but Klay has certainly made his mark. Beautiful.
Isaac Jones scores it.
It's great to hear Jared raving about his team GPA, 3.6. These guys they're all math economics, computer science majors, and a bunch of graduate school. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there it is. Look at Jones.
He could do. I mean, there'd be open court, world's greatest athletes running up and down the court, and Johnny would just create incredible opportunities and openings.
He gave me some sleepless nights in college. Great player at Dayton, Johnny Davis.
Thank you, Coach Donner.
Yes.
He called the timeout.
Isaac Jones and had one. Stanford's problem is not, Stanford's problem's down here. They've got to find a way to stop Washington State.
And back to that article that I read about fathers and sons. Every one of the guys I mentioned in the Conference of Champions here, they were better than every one of the guys who did get mentioned in the article. Please, Conference of Champions is where it's at. Look at that. That's a key. Believe how that's not called a foul or a kick ball.
And now Miles Rice flipping it ahead.
Face the floor.
And Isaac Jones finishing.
That's where it starts. But I also played with Greg Lee, Jamal Wilkes. Beautiful. Break the press. Attack.
All right, let's see if the Cougs score. It's been a while, so they go right to with Isaac Jones inside. Look at the
that line connects from deep to begin. Wells will try to answer. That missed everything. Jones there. The putt back goes. 3-2.
He's a big dude. He missed it, but he stayed with it. Been able to score on the offensive rebound putback.
Chinyelu was in position. Bolo still got the rebound.
But Bolo's got a little bit of a weight advantage over him. If I'm Arizona, that's where I would go the next time down the court as well.
Here's Jankowski with the catch. 10 on the shot clock. Jones a long way away against Larson. Bolo there to help. Oh, the touch.
And he missed them both. I can't credit the defense on that because he should have made both of those shot attempts.
Wells knew he missed it when it left his hand. Ran it down. Got it to Jones. And the flush. Point deficit for Arizona.
Yeah, they're going to try to pick up full court, see if they can change the momentum of this game, get some steals, get some baskets in transition.
Mullins was lucky there. He jumped in the air to get the ball. Or at least the pass to Rice, I should say. Here's Miles. Rice with 8 points. Hand off. Rice down the lane. Kick out to Wells. The drive by Wells. Bounce. Jones the flush. Good offense.
Got a wide open three.
46-38. Larson now with 9 points. Bolo and Love each with 10. Jones spinning. Reversed it.
Oh, he put it down at the end, and that's all. That makes all the difference in the world, Greg. People talk about stats all the time, but there's some guys that don't want that ball in crunch time.
Arizona on a 19-7 run right now. We talked about those 10-0 runs. 19-7. Washington State needs to show they're ready for the challenge. Jones, the drive and the finish. Tied at 50.
Ball but now they're going to have a guard on him. I just throw that ball over the top to Isaac Jones and let him go to work.
Jones spins, got it away, and it falls in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Arizona's doing.
Get closer to March, and you're building your resume. Man, does that look big.
And not only that, Greg, it catapults your team's confidence, you know, when you beat one of the top teams in the country.
Kyle Smith, 1-6 against Arizona as the head coach at Washington State. That one victory a year ago in Tucson when they beat a top 5 ranked Arizona team that day. Wells to the post. Jones. Jump hook short. Oh, he got the bounce in the roll.
Wu, Evan Mobley, they came in as freshmen right away, but those guys are outliers. Those are 1 in 500 recruits. Normally, yes, I'd agree with you. It takes longer for Diggs to develop.
And working down low is Jones.
Left hamstring, and it has been a problem. He was not out here earlier in shoot-around like he normally is. You can see he is still clutching at that hamstring. It's been an issue.
Oh, Jones with this. He is now 6 of 22, shooting below 28% here in the first half.
Boogie Ellis still on the floor, kind of hobbled a little bit, and his right shoe is untied.
Everything falling apart for Boogie Ellis at this moment.
Sellers is going to come to the scores table.
Jones very comfortable down low. Iwuchukwu doesn't fall for the pump fakes, but
all season, especially against Isaac Jones, a long and good defensive player. That was impressive.
6-0 USC run, right with 4 points. Jones, too strong as he.
DeRozan. I mean, the way Boogie's been playing in his 3 years here in LA,
got to put him on that list somewhere.
Definitely do. So 9 points in the second half for Ellis. Here comes a little full court pressure just to slow down the Cougars. As USC has built a 2-point lead. They're the largest of the second half here.
Dropping back into the extended 2-3 zone. Very much the same defense that Washington State used in the first half.
Jones working through some traffic. Tough shot.
The soft spot in that zone was in the middle. It's been at the top. A couple of ball reverses, get the ball moving from side to side. That's been the open spot for the Trojans.
Jones again draws the foul and 24 points, 10 rebounds.
Really good defense by the Cougs and just a poor shot selection. There was still plenty of time, and Rodman rushed down.
Kobe Johnson with 4 fouls. Keep an eye on that. Jones this time going against right. Sneaks it.
They're oriented with shooting threes. They are interior oriented. Rigsby, a terrific pull up there. 5 points early on for the Ducks.
Rigsby averaging 8 points per game. He's got 5 already. Yakimovsky swarmed in the corner. They go inside to Isaac Jones, the leading scorer on this team, but coming off a game where he had just 1 point. As now Oregon takes the lead again, 33-31.
This game fits my eye as someone who likes to look at the offensive end of the floor as opposed to defense.
Oh, how about that pass there, Miles Rice? Oregon lead down to 7, 5.5 minutes to play. Rice, Jones, the two-hand slam for the big man.
Down, I would expect and anticipate a lot of side pick and roll to finish this last 5 minutes with Rice and Isaac Jones.
Washington State has won 3 straight at home against Oregon, 4 of their last 5 here at Beasley Coliseum. Jones, turnaround, quick jumper is good.
Ruffin out top, good shot fake, and he gets an elbow jumper off the front of the iron. And here comes Wazoo down 7. They've turned it over 4 times. Into Jones, who's been quiet. He turns the one of the top marks in the pack so far this year.
Great shot, let it fly, great touch. Interesting thing with Colorado, they understand that when the ball goes to the mid-post, it's man-to-man, the defense changed quick.
Ooh, I like that move, huh?
Knowing when to switch, when they go under, how to deny. And it's always a secondary action.
Trapped in the corner is Rice. Somebody's got to be open. It comes to Jones on the weak side. He gets doubled, goes up and in. 3 for 3 from the way of Australia. How about this? Last year, and a bonus opportunity now for Wazoo. He shot 75% from the floor in junior college last year.
That is impressive.
I don't care what league you're in, you shoot 75%, right?
Absolutely.
Jones down low, so quick on the turn line. True to form this year, where they've been a very good free throw shooting team. They're 9 of 9.
This is a great coach team in every facet of the game, even the smallest detail. From knowing your role to being efficient at the free throw line to making the extra pass and weak side spacing.
Here's Winsue. He gets doubled in the corner. Good find to Jones. Jones goes up with the left hand.
It seems like every Colorado player understands how to play in that paint with patience off the bounce and touch at the rim.
Jakimovsky right now is checked by Harrison Carrington. Shot clock is down to 5. Jones face up. First time we've seen that today. Winsue for 3. And there's Jones. Another set.
Bang for Carlson. Good D without fouling.
Smith, no whistle. Now numbers for Winsue and the Cougs. Up top. There it is for Jones, his first field. By the way, Casey, going to the half. Being shaken up on that putback attempt.
Yeah, I thought that Wooster's beard would have braced his fall, or at least, padded it, but that was a really tough.
You're just jealous of his
I can't. I'm 42 years old. I can't grow even half the beard that Raleigh Wooster can.
Winsue, little pocket pass. Jones lays it in. Running with Rice. Yakimovsky filling the lane. And Jones stuffs it back. And there's Kate as a second defender. Mullins, too strong. Jones scrapping for 2 more.
How is that?
Ronnie Anderson III.
bucket. Boise State up by 3. You talk about a tape with no time left. For Winsu. Here's Jones. Ran right into Dagenhart, but left hand. A great peek. Results in the miss. Stanley now 2 of 6, 4 points. Miles Rice. Here's Jones. Dagenhart. No whistle. Jones scores. He's this half. Cougar basketball. They have not scored a point in about 3.5 minutes. So it's been a game of runs here in this opening half. It's the Cougars now that need a bucket. Jones falling away over Martin.
This came from Martin at the top. But going back to Jones and what Washington State does, they do such a good job of pinpointing a matchup that they want to go at, whether it's Jones at the middle or if they like a high-low action to one of their other bigs. Looks like they're going back to Jones here in the middle.
Isaac with 10 on the shot clock will back it out. Hand off to Mullins. Back to Isaac. Step back jump shot. Isaac Jones with a touch. Stanley. Turnover number 4 against Boise State. Here's Mullins. Miles Rice now in a reset. Rice. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Jones. He'll drive and hit the hanger, and a chance. Minute 46 for both Boise State and Washington State.
Without a doubt. And Washington State has definitely surprised some people with the roster makeover, but they haven't been in these situations yet against as talented a team as Boise State.
They go to Isaac Jones. Into the middle, jump hook goes, and a chance for 3.
In Santa Clara and then Boise before leave.
Well, it's interesting. No true road game for Washington State in the non-conference, which is unusual. But, yeah, they had a lot of roster turnover, a lot of new guys trying to implement. So smart to try and get them going early, build some confidence with some wins, particularly with a lot of games at home.
Here's Miles Rice, one of the best stories in college basketball.
No doubt.
And great to see him playing well and thriving for the Cougs. Here's a deep touch for Jones. Able to get baseline and use the pivot foot.
Well, keep us in front without fouling.
Jones using the ball fake. Somehow squeeze that through.
Well, don't prove the case for Miles Rice, but when the offense isn't going great, you get a little frustrated on defense and play a little more physical than you need to.
See if Yakimovsky can keep it going after WSU gets another stop in the half court.
Oh, there you go.
So here's the big to big, and they pay off with the buckets. With that third foul, hands off. O'Neal toes the line.
So if Washington State's going to go high-low, what's the adjustment for Santa Clara? You got to stop fronting the post.
Wincy spins out of that break. Yakimovsky sends it back at the wing.
There you go. Look, there goes Club.
Wow, direct entry and a two-handed hammer.
Everybody.
Winsu stepping back for 3. Jones, 3 trips in a row.
Good job by Isaac Jones. It's at 3 minutes now. You can take this thing down.
That was all O'Neal there. Mullins with the checkout. Yakimovsky over to Rice. This time off the bounce. Extra pass. Hello.
Yeah. He's the one that got him back into this. Missed it.
1 out of 2. Yakimovsky rips it down.
Don't need a 3.
Winsu moving quickly. Jones gets the dunk.
So the Cougs jumping out on top 4-0 against Grambling State. The zone defense. Jones splits it. Good footwork. Fun to watch. He has a great feel for the game.
Better not hit that.
Dozier, his first miss.
Yeah.
3 for 4. Well, Miles Rice started 6 for 6 the other day for Washington State. Part of the reason he is your Pac-12 hammer. It's Grambling State, another bucket in the paint. And so Grambling State in the zone this possession. Jones in the middle going 1-on-1, and you're not going to stop that man. Tavius Dozier, the 6'1 junior off the bench. He's got 16 points, Eldridge.
Stop throwing it down. He's giving Washington State the business. Kyle Smith is going to have to double team him. That young man can score.
He is on fire for the Tigers. Down low, Jones, good hands. Pretty bounce pass.
In the conference this season.
Brown has been losing. They've been losing players right there in the lane, right there. They got to do a better job. Nice pass.
Penetration in, dunking it in is.
They're giving up position way too easy, at least. If there's one weakness I see with Grambling, they need to work. Look at that. That's just too easy.
Hammer again.
Pickens lines up the three. That one's off. Ball kicked around, saved by Wells. Cougars on the move. Miles Rice bounce to Jones. The drive and a chance. Mile up. That's Watts. No look up front. Jalen Wells hesitated on that three attempt. Isaac Jones fighting for the rebound. Came away with it. Why hasn't he been on a Power 5 prior to this? And a catch. Jump hook. Look at the touch. Tough pass there. Clough up to Watts. Behind his back. Jones! Offense. This is Hawinsu plugged in for Yesufu, who is out with an injury. We're not sure when Joseph will be back. Here's Isaac Jones, the transfer from Idaho, right away on the post, coach. Jump hook goes.
Obviously.
Into the corner, and again, quick trigger on the three. This one's off from Harvey. He's 1 of 2 to begin.
I think as a player, if you've got the hot hand, why not?
Yakomowski looking for the ball, and again, Jones will just go to the post, try to score it, and gets the bounce. State leads at 8-6.
It's a big shot for Satterfield because in the win against Portland, he doesn't score. He goes 0, and he's a guy that they need.
Yes. Jones jump hook. Look at that.
That was a half-court shot that he made to win it right at the end, but Habib able to find that one and get it in. But your point's well taken. I think that's a real strength for the Cougars. They are a shot-blocking team, a good rebounding team, and they have to be. There's Jones again. You know, he's got a for Habib. Of course, with Portland State, you got to be alert mentally if you're playing against them. Players, they shuffle so many guys in. You can't lose who you're guarding.
And preparing, right? The scouting report goes 12 deep. You've got to know something about 12 guys. Jones, again, you see the strength in 21.
Keep this in mind about the Vikings. They are used to coming back to win.
True.
They were down, what, in the last game? Weren't they down 12?
They were down by 12.
Came back to 1. So they have won at Santa Barbara, at Air Force. Oh, hello.
Given Portland State their first lead since 15-14. So the Cougars turn it back. Hawinsu with the basketball. Yakomowski hit a 3 in that first half, his only field goal. Here's Jones. Turn around. Was that with the left hand?
It looked like to me it was. Allen has really been impressive.
He's impressive on the social media scene.
He's got 177,000 followers. He went to East LA Junior College, and they were part of that HBO series.
Yes.
You know, and talking about the junior college and talking about all the opportunities that these guys and trials and tribulations that you go through. And Allen was at East LA Junior College, and he's got 177,000 followers.
Another nearly 20,000 on Twitter. And Jones, the buck. Woods at the free throw line. Skip to the corner. Collins, 3-ball. Mullins clears the miss.
Give it to Rice because he is really using his dribble to break down the defense. He's been a different player in the second half. Not relying on any perimeter game.
Habib denying him the ball there. And now Rice with it, 15 on the shot clock. Jones out there to set the screen.
And don't forget, Washington State loves to play the game in the 80s. Oh, look.
Satterfield now with a cool 10.
This is a cool team.
It is.
This Portland State Viking team. I like them. They handle the ball. They're tough to guard. They play good defense. They're mentally into it. They play a lot of guys. But the fact is,
They never quit. They stay on you the whole game. And watch them take it out fast.
Diamond and wonder whether they're actually going to trap.
And the only Eagle,
soft trap.
Yeah, the only Eagle in double figures so far, by the way, with 11.
Diamond cuts them off, and they are, looks like man. Yeah, they go zone sometimes and then change it up to man the last 5 seconds. Winsu against figures he's got a size advantage against Magnuson.
Isaac Jones, acrobatic move to throw it up. Now the forced foul on Eric Strupp. Andre Yakimovsky looking to get going. Only 3 points so far.
Inside where the dotted line would be and just unable to finish. They cannot afford too many more empty trips on the offensive end if you're an Eagles fan. Cougars in no hurry right now.
Not at all. Using that clock. Jones with 5. Inside. Throws it down. Isaac Jones.
And lining it up from downtown, Caleb Stearman. Stearman now with 6. And it's 83-53. Jones. Middle is open. That's what he's been waiting for.
15 now threes on the night for the Cougars.
15-22.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Look out. Oh! Isaac does it again. Kabbalah the drive. Watts closed down that baseline. Deflection by Jones, who wins it with the basketball. He'll throw a lob. Jones the catch, and there's the finish.
Better than what they did a year ago. No question. And they're young, and not just young in age, but young in being together. And I think that's, they're trying to still figure out themselves in this system.
Isaac Jones working in the low blocks, throws it up and in with a little bit too strong out of the hands of Courtright. The spin, and what a move by now on ESPN News. At the next stop, pop on over to ESPNU. The lob for Jones. Wow.
He sure did. Blast right through. Strong body, tough finish.
As Jones back to it. And Jones over Clough to begin half 2 as Brown can't convert. Jones skying in the air.
And Chinyelu was in the starting lineup to start the season. He actually started yesterday for the first time and today for the second time, but he was non-productive.
Oh, my Jersey pride. The Jersey boy. 12-point lead. Washington State out in front. Jones throws it up and in. Isaac. Approaching 4 minutes left to go. The Rams will need a push here to get back into this contest. Jones matchup for Weston. Clough with 5 to shoot. Hurls it up at the rim, no good. Jones right there with the putback. Clough. Now Mullins. He can't hit. The offensive rebound and the putback. 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. Winsu. Approaching 10 to shoot. Yakimovsky gets the feed. Now Jones turning around, right-handed flip shot up and in. Trying to go along with 4 rebounds. That's a food to feed to Jones. And Jones with a hammer.
I just know they're just beaming with pride right now. Off to a great start. Another great start, shall I say.
Here's Jones, the Idaho transfer. Backing down for 2.
Yeah, very smaller guys.
Leaves it off
nice
for Miles.
Got another nice pass from Nunley.
And here comes Winsu to bring it across. Always fun when you see a guy running point who's 6'7", huh?
Oh!
Isaac
Chinyelu on the outlet. He's got to take care of that basketball better than that.
This game is back down to 12. Coming out of the first half, Cougs shot 50% from the field. Let big guys do a lot, like Isaac Jones.
Well, that's where the advantage.
Tune-up heavy schedule here, and the early going as that one is off from Felix. They don't have any really big games until you get to almost Christmas, December 21st against Boise State. So having that many games to get it together as Jones finishes, that'll give him some time.
Against some guys just as big and maybe a little bit more athletic than he is, but tonight he's been phenomenal. Another nice pass.
Jones, another flush. That's two. Away by Brian Miles. He had a good start to the game. And Jones knocks it away and keeps him from having a good finish.
That was a great block. That was a pretty good attempt.
Jones, his third jam.